Yes, tonight I thought I would offer some thoughts on the present situation in the United States. Um, Kind of like a State of the Union, but with a lot of reality and truth and facts, some of which are not pleasant. So this is a State of the Union with real stuff in it, not the typical State of the Union. So I'm looking at the country today, and of course, well, one of the worst problem, I would say, one of the worst is our economy and our debt. And let me remind you folks out there, maybe your younger folks don't keep track of this, and I don't blame you because it's kind of an abstraction, but we have what's called a national debt. It means we've been spending more money. The federal government has been spending more money than it's been taking in for the last 20 years or maybe 30 years. Our national debt is somewhere around $9 trillion. So that means that each person in the United States, per capita, it's kids, old people, everyone, we have about, I don't know, I think 20,000 or 30,000 or 40,000 per person per capita national debt. That means we owe the rest of the world, and we owe rich people, we owe rich people $9 trillion. That's today. That's right now, and it's going to get worse. Probably, it's going to go up. And one of the other things is we got two wars that we can't afford to fight, but we're fighting anyway. We're fighting them on a credit card. You know, World War II, they had what was called rationing. They actually ate differently in World War II. I don't think they ate as much meat, eggs. What else was rationed? Eggs. I know milk. They actually had to make sacrifices in World War II, not just lives, but economic sacrifice. Well, I'm going off on a tangent, but we got two wars going on, and no one really seems to care about the war. I see the candidates seem very happy to continue the war. John McCain particularly, he wants to stay there for, I don't know, the next 5 generations will be there. And maybe we'll have a colony. We'll have a little colony. Yeah, don't like Great Britain. Yeah, and we'll be in Iraq. It'll be a colony in Iraq, and then we'll have a colony in Afghanistan. Yeah, let's try that. And of course, the housing market and the credit crisis, and that's all falling apart. And the banks did stupid things and gave money and kind of swindled people a little bit and said, "Oh yeah, you can have this house, sure, just sign here." I don't know what they did. They probably did some I don't know, deceptive things. Well, listen, I have a litany here of things the public schools are no good. They're underperforming. They're not staffed properly. Some of the infrastructure is no good. Our public schools are not as good as they should be. Our infant mortality, get this, in the United States, I think our infant mortality is 30th worst in the industrialized country. It stinks. In other words, this idea we've got the greatest healthcare system. Well, and of course, and poverty is going up in the United States. Poverty is going up in the United States, and counterintuitively, and wages are going down, but billionaires, the number of billionaires in the United States is going up. That's good news. We got lots of horribly rich people. Well, lots. We have many. We have many more billionaires but of course, well, we got tons of poor people. It's a well, it's a crime, eh? We don't, our balance of trade, da 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 da. Listen, I can go on and on and on. Let's say the upshot here. It looks to me like things aren't going to change very much because the New York Times, one of our greatest newspapers in the land, oh God, the Gray Lady, they've just come out and endorsed Johnny McCain, who wants to stay in Iraq forever, and Hillary Clinton, who I don't think she has an idea. It sounds to me like she's going to be led around by the nose about Iraq, or she's going to put her finger up to the wind and see which way the wind is blowing, and then she'll formulate some kind of ad hoc policy. But no, Hillary doesn't know anything more about what's going on out there. She's not like Bill. She's lazy. She doesn't read. She doesn't study up. She just wants to be the first woman president. So the New York Times, our great newspaper, are already endorsing two candidates that I don't think are going to make a great deal of change. Certainly not in foreign policy, unfortunately. Foreign policy ain't going to change at all. Domestic policy, who knows? Maybe we'll get a little bit of change. But Hillary's a DLC. She's kind of Republican light, so we won't get much change from Hillary domestically. But yeah, it's a sad state of affairs. I guess what I'm telling you folks, and it doesn't look like it's going to change anytime in the near 5 or 10 years. At least in the next administration, we'll get